Hey there, my beautiful friends. I hope you all are doing well tonight. I got a little Safkin here who wants water out of the sink. So we're about to turn this on for her. Let her get some water before I take her to bed. And before we go to bed, I just wanted to come on here and just chat with you guys for a little bit before I head off to bed for the night. So yeah, I hope you all are doing freaking fabulous this Monday night, technically. I am hanging out with my girl right there, and we are just talking to people, watching videos, and just chatting. I chatted with my mom. I chatted with my best friend / sister, and I'm just doing good. I am feeling very, very good, guys. All of the work that I have been doing on myself is paying off. And I have found lots of clothes that I really like, including the outfit that I am wearing right now. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the outfit. So I am wearing this shirt that has this really pretty embroidery on it right here. And then my necklaces, I have my little necklaces with my crosses on it, and I have my little wish necklace, my little like Northern Star wish necklace, I think. And then I've got my usual jewelry on and everything, and obviously my watch and all of that. So that's what I'm wearing. And then for pants, I have on just my jeans. So keeping it casual, like nice casual, business casual, whatever you want to call this look that I'm going for. People call it different. I kind of call it business casual, but that's kind of like the look I'm looking for. I want to look nice, but I don't want to be super duper nice, which is why I've dressed it down with like the jeans and stuff. But you guys know that I have been changing my wardrobe, changing up how I do things, right? So I've got a couple of different like blazers and stuff. So I have this black blazer, which I showed you guys yesterday. The one that I showed you guys yesterday was actually a size smaller than this one is. So I got a bigger size because that other one wasn't the correct size. And that one I got from Target. And then when I went to Goodwill, a couple of things I didn't show you guys. When I went to Goodwill, I found this blazer in brown. So I found that. And then the epic one, the epic thing that I found that I have been wanting for such a long time, but it never quite fit my wardrobe until now because the style wasn't quite fitting in, but I've always wanted one of these, is a trench coat. And I finally have one. And I am in love with it. I absolutely adore trench coats. I have always had my eye on getting a trench coat. But I never found one for a reasonable price, guys. And this one I found for $12. And that to me is a steal because trench coats are very, very expensive. Any kind of trench coat is expensive. And I think this is like a like name brand, I think. I'd have to actually look it up, but I am pretty darn sure that this is a name brand trench coat. Give me just a sec. Yeah. Yeah, it's a name brand, it looks like. Misty Harbor. I can't don't even know. I don't actually know if... Yeah, it says that it's good for raincoats and trench coats. So it is a brand specifically for that kind of stuff. But yeah, anyway, outside of that, not much else has been going on today. I did my mentoring today, as always, and that went really well. But after that, we kind of just hung out. Hubby had to go into work today, so he was at work until about 3-ish, and then he came home, and we kind of just hung out the rest of the day. We ordered Jimmy John's for dinner because after everything, with mentoring and doing all of the things, I just did not feel like cooking today. So we decided that we were just going to order some food. And for lunch I had Chinese food because after my appointment for mentoring, I decided that I was going to get some Chinese food for dinner, or for lunch. So I went with a friend and got Chinese, and then tonight hubby ordered Jimmy John's for dinner. So I had a sandwich with basically just a lot of veggies and and cheese. I didn't actually have any meat on my sandwich because I'm not a big meat person, guys. I don't know about you guys, but I am genuinely not a meat person. I do not like meat very much. I do not like chicken. I do not like that kind of stuff. I will occasionally like a good hamburger or cheeseburger. There's this place near us that does a really good cheeseburger that I absolutely love, and I will love the nachos, the occasional nachos. That stuff is really good. But other than that, I am not a huge, like, meat person. I never have been, even as a kid. Like, it was never something that I necessarily wanted. So, yeah. Give me just a sec. Sorry about that, guys. I had to go to the bathroom, so that's what we just did. But yeah. Like I said, I haven't really been a big meat person. I never have been. Even as like a kid, one of the things that my parents, I even remember doing this, and my parents always told me that I did this, was I used to, like when they would make like soup or anything like that required things like chicken or any sort of meat products like that, oftentimes what I would do is I would suck on the chicken, get all the juices out, and then spit it out. Like, I never actively ate any of that stuff. And when we go to, like, restaurants, for whatever reason, like, my go-to was always chicken tenders and nuggies. Or, chicken tenders and nuggies, listen to that. Chicken tenders and fries, or nuggies and fries. But I always, I got it because I liked the breading. So I would oftentimes, like, eat, like, the breading off of it. I never really, I don't know, I got it, but I was never really, like, I absolutely loved the thing. It was just, that was the thing that, like, I knew I could eat, and I knew it was something that I was gonna like. I always liked vegetables. I never had an issue with veggies, ever in my life. There are videos of me as, like, a young kid, as, like, a toddler, eating veggies. I always really preferred fruits and vegetables to meat products. I always preferred, like, that even to sweets, for example. I went through a period of time in my life where I did eat more sweets than, like, I do now. I'm not really a huge fan of sweets right now at all, to be honest. And that's kind of just who I am as a person. Also, happy Vlogmas, guys. It's December, so happy December. For the first day of December, and I should have done this with you guys in a video, but I didn't. I opened the advent calendar that my mom got me, which was the Bluey advent calendar, which I think I shared with you guys a few days ago in a video. But this was what was in the first day of the advent calendar. It is a little bluey figurine. I adore it. It's cute, and everything. So, got this. I'm probably gonna put this in my bag, and stuff, because right now what I started doing is I have in my purse. I ended up getting from Hallmark a little guy, a little like charm. I'll show you guys. I'm gonna take you guys downstairs and grab my purse, and I will show you guys what I mean as to what I got. But we've got Sapphire in the room with me right now, so yeah. And let me take you guys downstairs, and I will show you guys what I mean when I say what I got from Hallmark. Because it was something that I was looking at. I was actually looking at something completely different, and then I saw this thing, and I was like, I couldn't pass it up. I had to get it. So let me grab my purse, and let's us go back upstairs so that we can show you guys the little thing that I got from Hallmark. Because I went to the mall today, and I was at the mall, and when I was at the mall, I decided to just go into the Hallmark store just to look around, you know, just for fun, because I like just seeing like their decor, especially around the holiday season. So I decided that I was just gonna go and look around, and when I was looking around, I found in this little bag, but they have these like little charms that are very much like, they're little turtles, and they had different sayings on them. So like this is the little turtle, and this is what it looks like on his tummy, and this one says live life simply. And this, I think, is a good reminder, just to enjoy life and live life, you know, live life and enjoy life and things like that. There was a bunch of different ones like these, but this one kind of just stood out to me because that's kind of my motto at the moment. That's kind of what I'm going for, is living life more simply, upgrading my wardrobe to a wardrobe that is more classy looking and more like, I've seen it in different channels calling it French chic. I don't know if that's what the term is of the style I'm going for, but kind of that idea of just timeless classic pieces that I can wear on a regular basis every single day regardless. So that is kind of what we're going for a little bit. Obviously there are some things about me that are not necessarily French chic per se, like the fact that I'm wearing multiple different jewelry pieces, which I think in French chic, I think you have to, it's like less is more. So I think they wouldn't have as many bracelets from the stuff, but yeah, so I have this little thing. So, and I'm not gonna buy like a ton of jewelry, guys. I have enough jewelry. I just like the pieces that I have, and sometimes I will only wear a couple of them. Sometimes I will wear more. These are kind of like my go-tos at the moment, and we'll just play by ear is what happens. So I keep this little guy in my bag. He kind of just sits in the front of my bag. So that is the thing that we got from the Hallmark store, and it reminded me of like these kind of little figurines, which I think these kind of little figurines, I am probably going to end up putting them in my crochet bag, because you guys know I have a bag that is my crochet bag, which is this bag right here. I have shown this bag, I think, before in a video. It is my little owl bag. It is my crochet bag, and I think what we're going to start doing is we're going to start keeping all of these little figurines that I get in here, because you guys see I have like the little cars and things, and so I may start putting like these little figurines, the Bluey figurines in here, or I may get another little pouch and put the Bluey figurines in the little pouch or something and stick it in my bag, in my purse. Or actually, what I could do, guys, is I could take it and I could put it in my little thing here, like that, and just have him in there. So that's why he's always with me. Just like my little lizard is always with me in my bag, because I keep that in my bag. So I have little trinkets like that, guys, that I like to have with me. They're good for fidgeting. They're good for different things. Obviously, you guys know that regardless of how my style changes, regardless of how anything in my life changes, I will always be neurodivergent, okay? I will always be autistic. I will always be ADHD. I will always be all of those things. And so, therefore, that means that my need to fidget, my need to have comfort items will always be forever present in my life. However, there has been a shift kind of into the kind of comfort items that I keep on hand all the time, or don't keep on hand, you know. My comfort items now are more discreet. They're more like little things here and there that I keep and stuff like that. They're not the big bulky items that I was keeping before. So like another good example is another one of my other comfort items is my little plaques that I keep in my wallet. So there's like these are little comfort items that I carry around with me. So I do have little things like that I still carry around. They are still comfort items. They are still things that I use on a regular basis. That I have to have. Like, I have to have a comfort item with me, guys. That's just kind of a part of who I am. That's a part of my personality. I think part of it is also, like, being neurodivergent. I think we all have comfort items. And if you're neurodivergent and you have a comfort item, let me know in the comments what your comfort item is. Let me know what you guys keep in your bag or on your person or both. That you find as comfort items. Do you have something more discreet, like a little charm that's in your bag that you know is always in your bag? Or do you have like a piece, like a jewelry piece, for example, that is a comfort item? For me, my jewelry is very much kind of a comfort item. My wedding ring, my ring that my mother got me, all of those little things, they are very much comfort items. So, I do still very much have little comfort items like that. And also, besides that, like, I think there's just certain things about our personalities that just don't really ever fully change. Like, there's things about me that have never really changed. You know, the kind of person that I am, my values, my beliefs, things like that, they've evolved, but they're pretty much still what they've always been. I still love to like have little trinkets and decorate and things like that. You guys see my room. I mean, there's still trinkets and little things, decor items everywhere in my bedroom. But it's not the same like it used to be. So it's a little bit different. I still love little accent pieces. I like my little lamp that is like has flower looking aesthetic. And that's something that's actually that's grown more on me lately, which is that aesthetic of like flowers and things like that. The flower aesthetic has grown on me. The prints that are like with the floral prints, that has really grown on me lately, I've noticed. So, yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna go. I've been rambling now for nearly 20 minutes. It'll probably be over 20 minutes by the time I end this vlog. Or video, or chat with me, or whatever it's called. But anyway, I love you guys. As always, remember, if you're going through it, you'll get through it, and remember who you are. And it is okay to change. It is okay to grow into yourself as you get older, as you heal, as you learn more about yourself. It is okay to grow with time and stuff. You don't have to remain the same. Things that brought you comfort once before doesn't mean that they have to bring you comfort the rest of your life. And if they do bring you comfort for the rest of your life, then that's great, but that doesn't have to be the case. So, anyway, I love you guys, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!